Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Cleaning Life with Kia. So, happy Tuesday. Thank you for everyone that's tuning in. It's 8 o'clock. I know you're winding down from your day. So, to spend this time, I'm very appreciative if you have the time and opportunity to. And even for those that catch the replay, I want to thank you all in advance as well. So, hope you've had a good day. Like I said, welcome to another episode of Planning Life with Kia. Um, so I own a cleaning business here in the Tulsa, Oklahoma area and surrounding town. I do cleaning, decluttering, basically home management. So my purpose for this podcast is to use my business as a platform to basically reach people where they are, um, offer a sense of likeness and community. So far, it's like the everyday tasks that we need to do, give tips, and basically just provide a connection. So I'm excited about this episode. I have a special guest. I'm too excited today to have somebody on here with me. Her name is Bonesha Bruner, and I'm going to let her speak for a moment. And thank you so much, Bonisha, for being here because I know you are like busy all the time, but you are just so sweet and supportive and helpful, and you're just awesome. So I'm so glad to have you on here. And thank your family for me for sharing, being able to share, you with me tonight on this episode. Um, so a little bit about Bonisha. She's been a client for like 2 years or better now, a little bit over 2 years now. Um, I wanted to bring someone on the show who is just relatable. And what my vision and my purpose for this whole business, I try to put it out there every time I see a client. So she's kind of been with me for a long time now. She is a great wife, mother, daughter, and I'm not saying it because she's just my client. No, you are like um, awesome. You have a job, you have a career, so you juggle a lot. So a lot of people always want to know like how do women do it? How do people do it? So like my heart just goes out and I just love you to pieces because you make it work. You don't be complaining. Like your intentions are they're so good for everybody. And then it's important to always involve your kids in this whole process. But I'm gonna let you talk about all that. But um, I said I wasn't gonna like grill and drill you. Um, but I just wanted to get your input, and I wanted you to tell the people um, just a little bit about your experience with Help Now, and um, and your relationship with the business.
All right. Okay, that's a good introduction. I'm Bonesha Bruner. I'm born and raised here out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, and um, been married for 15 years this October. And so, with 3 children, and our thing was yes, I'm a working mom. We have 3 busy kids, following a husband who's involved in the community, and him being a head coach, athletic director. At the time, we were in a crunch. Like, um, we were just in a really bad spot. Um, and so, with the responsibilities of our household and going here, going there. And with Help Now, it came across my Facebook. And I reached out to Kia through Messenger. I want to say it was right after my birthday some years back. And I reached out. She jumped right in and says, hey, we're ready to do an assessment. And I mean, she showed up. And so my thing is, I am so appreciative of Kia, her team, Help Now, because literally, like, I call and be like, hey, I'll text and be like, I need you. And so literally from that assessment, it was like my life had did a 360 just from that first initial assessment. So I'm so thankful for you, for your team, so for being so diligent and patient and kind. And literally, it is what you call Help Now. Like I would not. I don't think I'd still be married if I didn't have y'all. No, I'm just kidding. But no, you guys
Oh,
have
yes,
definitely, no, you guys have definitely been a blessing to my family. The skills, the tools, like the small, like it's literally like you can take one small thing and it can be amazing. So I'm so I'm honored to be here today. Like you had me come on here and I'm like, yeah. I even tell my husband, I said one day she's gonna become famous and her skill sets are gonna take her way past what we can imagine. And at least I can say, hey, I know her. I knew her. Like she was in my house. Like I can say that. So definitely been a blessing.
thank you so much. Like, so I be feeling like it's an experience. So I have a relationship that's different from like all of the clients. But like with you, it's just relatable. Like you have your kids, and it's not like you just have a husband and you just have kids, but like the kids on the go. Like your
Right.
husband be on the go, y'all be on the go. Somebody always somewhere doing something. Your mom brags on you, and it's just all true. It's just all true. So it's like to invite someone in your home, and like you have utilized the help. I tell people all the time. When I first started, I'd be doing like maybe like 4 hour sessions, and like now it's what like 2 hours when we come in. So Bonesha, like the vision that I had in my heart and in my mind, you want to help people be better because these are like everyday tasks that we have to do. So anytime Bonesha is home, she is helping. So the rates don't change whether you're helping or not. She can literally sit on the couch with her feet up, and I'll be like, hey, put your feet up so I can vacuum. And it's going to be the same rate. But she never does that unless they are out of town and they're gone and I come in while she's away. Her and her family always help with the process. We be like one big old happy family on a Saturday morning, for real. Like we come in the house, her kids are up, she get them up, you got to get up and move around. Her husband is there to assist, or either sometimes she just may want them to just move out the way. They may go to the gym, but if they're there, they are always helping. So over time, over the years, like it's
Facts.
just a process. It's just a process, and it is like so beautiful. And I remember like with your mom and her knee, I was just like, what a blessing to have. And then you remind me of me because I'm an only daughter too. And like, you don't just be like one of those people like, oh, I love my mom. Like you show people that you love them, like you show up and you show out. And it's like, how do you do all of that? And then you still have such a desire to keep your home intact because you know that mentally you can't afford to let it get out of hand that bothers you, and you have made it work for you all these years, and you be asking questions and like you implement the stuff because like I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna go over there one time and she gonna be like, she don't need me no more.
Never.
She's not gonna need me
Never.
no more. Like, you have really like found the key to holding it all together. And it's just a beautiful thing. And like to the viewers, we've never gone out outside of work. Like, although I would, because she is fun and funny. So this is like unbiased. This is like a professional relationship that we have, but it's like a beautiful, it has just been a beautiful thing over all this time. Um, I got a chance to be with their mom, and she was just happy. Like her soul is like happy to have such a good daughter um, that will go and get help for the family, you know. Um, and I just admire um, like the whole journey. And like we've been dealing with each other for some time. Like it'd be funny, like me and Jenny, we can tell if you're not so happy. We can tell if like, I don't know, like you never say anything, but it's just the energy. But it's cool to get to know somebody like that. Like we get a chance to see it all. You even just coming to people home, you have to share your family, the kids, and everybody has just grown over this time. So I'll be wondering, like, how do you make it work, like every day on the days that I'm not there? Like, because I'll have a rotation, like maybe every 2 to 3 weeks, maybe I'll come, no more than that. So when I'm not there, how do you make it function on a daily basis before I get there, before those 2 or 3 weeks are up?
I definitely have taken your tools, and I mean literally, like I feel like I'm like cheating that system when I'm dealing with help now, because I'm like, okay, tell me what do I need to do until you come back. And so like even with the towel system, I know at one point you're like, okay, every day you should be washing towels. Well, light bulb comes on for sure. Have somebody rotating the towel. So like each day, one of us are doing towels, and so it's like myself, my husband, and then my 3 kids, and then we start the rotation again. So every day we have we have one location for towels. So then we know everybody's knocking out the towels, and if you're free and available, whoever's on towel duty, someone should be able to help them fold them and put them away. So that was one. Making sure that we sweep and mop after ourselves. So even if we're so exhausted at some point where we've eaten dinner, we at least have swept. And so then the next day we know, okay, we need to at least kind of spot mop. Um, Making sure that every person has a day to do laundry. So if they miss their day, they are out of luck, unless they can kind of make room. So every day the laundry is going. So definitely those tips that you have given, making sure that I give, like I kept asking, what should I do? Because I felt like I was doing my kids a disservice and not jumping in there with them to say, okay, you gotta pick this up, you gotta clean this up. And it's like, I love that Kia has set up to where it's like she's right there with them, like she's like communicating. She's not yelling like me. I'm a yeller, like I'm like screaming and fussing, and Kia kind of walks in. It's like, hey, you ain't gotta do all that. Like, tell them this is how it's gonna be. Like it's kind of like it's like a map. It's like a process. And so just taking tips from you and your team, and you guys are so patient and open and and just diligent. Like there's no comparison.
So, and a big question too is like, how are the kids adapting? Like, how they feel like over this transition? Because like when I first started coming, look, them kids weren't trying to hear that. They're like, look, they looking like, okay, they adding up the math. They like, well, if she's hiring somebody to come in to clean, she need to clean. But that was not your vision, and that was not your plan. You had a whole
They was
you
like,
had a
why is
whole
you
different
making us clean with the cleaning people?
yes. Why is she? Why is she here? So I know, and a lot of kids, like, they be glad to see me come. And clients with kids, oh my gosh, because they like, oh, she just gonna make it all go away. They just gonna make it all go away. My mama gonna
Yep.
be happy, and that's the end of that. So I know initially it will be like the kid, especially the girls, they'll be on top of their room. They'll be on top of their room, and you couldn't take it, you couldn't stand it. But you make them get in there and get involved. And if you in that room, you're gonna be working. We're gonna work and we're gonna get it
Right.
done.
Yep.
So after time, like you notice, like the messes start getting less and less, and they know that they have to put in the work. So did they kind of resist at all? Like, did you have to hold a lot of accountability? Like
Girl, girl, they
they
stay
just kind of
resistant.
go along with it?
They stay resistant. They kids. They gonna try to get away with murder if they could. Um, they're
Especially
just
that little one.
kids. But you definitely have show like you gotta keep at them. You gotta hold them accountable. You gotta hold them
Yeah,
to it. And that's just with
yeah,
anything.
yeah,
So like you have like
yeah. And it'd be so beautiful.
you have like a special
No, I'm
gift.
just saying
Like
it'd be so beautiful.
uh-huh.
Oh, go ahead.
I know we keep cutting each other off. We gotta wait till the time lapse. But I was saying you like have a special gift. Like I know how like to to pick up after myself. I knew how, but trying to do that for myself and with my kids, I think that's just a gift that you and your team have. Like even with Jenny, like y'all have a gift of that. Like that's your thing. And so like just to just to get a hold of you, like if no one has reached out to help now, like y'all are definitely missing out. And a lot of times, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm kind of mad I'm gonna say it, but I'm
I
kind
know
of gonna
you
shoot
were
myself in
gonna
the foot.
say.
I don't advertise her because then she'll start like taking my spot. So I'm like, just make sure you keep my spot, but I'm not advertising you like that to get her service because it's like once you get a hold of her, it's like there's no going back. I don't ever see we gonna be old people and she gonna be right there with me. We just gonna be on walkers and she gonna be right there with me.
And I'm glad you said that because I was like, I'm not, if she don't mention it, I'm not gonna mention it. But no, she will not refer me out. She will not refer, and I mean like she's straight up front. It's not like it's a secret. It ain't like she behind my back. She's like, no, I don't refer you out. Because I already know where this is going and I already be
Sorry.
but I assured her that it's not that way. And anytime she's ever called, I've always been there.
That's true.
I've always been there. So yeah,
So
so
true.
it that's why I say it means a lot for her to even just be on here today. I am shocked. Do you hear me? Because she won't tell nobody on the street. She was like,
Nope.
like she was adamant, and I believe her.
Yep. And it is a
I
blessing. Like
believe
people
her.
come and they be like, how are you keeping your house so clean? I'm like, I got help now, but they really don't know what help now. I'm like, I got help. So I guess I'll share, but dang, it's like I said, you have a gift. And so definitely it's been a blessing for my household.
Well, I appreciate it. I love what I do. I love what I do, and it's like the attention, because like even with the kids, it's like they just gonna have to get over it, because guess what? We cannot raise lazy children that grow into lazy adults. Like I don't want that to happen on my watch. So it's always so nice when you meet people with the same thoughts, because you don't feel so crazy. Because I'm like, am I the only one that think like this? Like these kids, especially nowadays, like I guess I sound old, but nowadays, like these kids, they just want to do their own thing. And then at some point, we're gonna get older and need their help. Perfect example with your mom. Like you gotta be ready. you don't ever know what's going to happen. You never know when you need it and how you need it. So if you're not implementing those type of things, like one of the best classes we had, like in high school, home economics, like they don't teach any of that stuff really anymore. So it's like, how are the kids, you know what I'm saying? So it's so good, you know, and I'll have my kids, I contract them out and they come, but they've been cleaning ever since they were like little, because I don't play that. So, you know, just like I said, like even on a Saturday morning, it's a good thing to watch because you got your kids working. I got my kids working.
Right.
You working, I'm working, like getting it done, you know, getting
Right.
it done so that you can function, you know, you can function and be free. And it's just a little
Right.
help and it's an investment. I feel like it's an investment. I always tell people I don't try to gouge, you know, you can attest, I don't gouge. We're not lazy on the time sitting there, you know, charging you for time that we're not doing anything. Like the intention is to, you know, like you've utilized it to be, learn what you can, however, how long you want to keep the service, that's fine. But, you know, ultimately set you up to where if you never call me again, you know, that's cool, long as your house is functioning and maintaining.
Right.
So, so question with the tools that um you've learned just over the years or whatever, so with Big Ricky, how has it changed? Do you not like rely on him so much to help with the cleaning because you have a routine and you can flow better, or has he kind of jumped in and kind of gotten on the no?
It's just accountability. Like some people, it's just not their thing, and I get
Yeah,
it because our family, like you said, we're just so busy,
yeah,
and like when we get home, even when you say even just your diet and things like that, making those adjustments, making sure you're drinking. Like I just hear you saying things, and so I'm like, okay, these are good things. Like when someone's telling you a good thing, you want to take that and at least try it and see if it works. So with, even with my husband, like it's just hold being accountable. Um, it's just being accountable. Like it's just being
yeah,
grateful to have somebody says yes, come tag team this with me. So it's not like, oh, I'm not gonna do it. It's just being held accountable. So for myself, for my children, for my husband, even for my mom, just that accountability.
oh yeah. And like for a lot of guys, that's just not their thing. So it's not even but kind of when you learn your flow, it doesn't bother you, you know, it doesn't bother you as much when you kind of got it figured out where you don't even, I mean, you need the help but you really don't need the help. So that's good. And but no,
What?
but then he be around you. Well, I mean, you need the help, but what I'm saying is if you have a plan,
Hmm.
it doesn't, because y'all do a great job. Like I don't know what to be helping with or not, but like y'all do a great job, like maintaining. Like you can tell, like even when I come after the 2 or 3 weeks are up, like you can tell, ain't y'all ain't been struggling during the week. You can tell that's something that y'all have been doing and implementing like every day. So whatever the dynamics of it is, like you've been doing like so good. I was like, oh, I
And the
said
thing
one day.
is too, like you can have some really off days to where you the house looks
Mm-hmm,
like it looks like the pits,
mm-hmm.
but like I'll like even you like the things that you've like I hear you talking to me, and you be like, okay, make a list for them. If you don't have this done by this time, okay, you're losing your internet, you're losing your phone. And so just holding them accountable because it's like their job, it's their responsibility. So like make them a list. All right, make sure. I remember the first time you said you made them a run your family a rundown list. Okay, Riley, make sure you knock out your laundry today. Trey, you're on the bathroom. Ramaya, hit the kitchen up. Make sure you so just hearing you holding making that list and holding them accountable because you said, I remember, oh my goodness, you said I am not here by myself. It's five of us here, and we all got to play a part. And so from that on, I'm like, I shouldn't be killing myself and trying to cook and clean and laundry and work, and they just get to come home and sit. I'm like, no, I'm going to use, like, we are here together, so let's work together. So I definitely, like, I remember the first couple of months we had worked, and like the things you were saying, like you were coaching me as we were going through the process, and I just took it and ran with it. So
I'm so glad you did. And it actually like I'm so glad you like for real because it actually like works. And like now with it being summertime,
oh, they
my
double duty.
oh my gosh.
They on double duty.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. So like I get to come home and just sit for a minute. And so then I know all I
Yeah.
gotta do is cook dinner. And then everybody
Yeah.
jump in and knock out the kitchen. Everybody do it. It's not as tedious if you're doing it by yourself. So if everybody jump in, and some days some people have off days, but for the most part, everybody jumps in and knocks it out.
Oh, because the expectation is you're not gonna be lazy up in here all day.
Mm-mm.
You're not gonna do that. And like, and I've run into like those situations. That's why I say I had to get you on here because it's like it's so different from a lot of other situations. Like, there's some people they have like grown kids at home and kids our age that are more than capable. And it's summertime, and I mean they just laid up all day, ain't doing nothing. I wish I would come home. And it's crazy up in here.
I wish too.
I wish. And like you said, we had those all day. So like on Fridays is just it's a kind of whatever day. You may order pizza, you may so I'm not
Mhm.
on them like that because they gotta relax and really every day is a relaxing day because it's summertime now. So I'm talking mostly like when school is in session. Fridays is kind of like so we know Friday night you may wake up Saturday morning and things might be, but you gotta jump on it as soon
Right.
as you get on it. It's a flow. But like
Right.
all summer long, people sitting up in here, like it's people struggling in the summer. These video games and social media and just pure out, flat out laziness. It is
Nothing.
these some of these people houses ain't gonna never be the same. They ain't gonna make it through the
Mhm.
summer. Like I see it. And I'm like, how y'all just sitting up in this room all day not helping? Like mama's over here just over here
Yeah.
stressing out.
And mentally, it can get overwhelming. Like, it can mess with your health. Like, you don't realize how important those things are. Um, like the time management. Like I keep throwing the things that you those nuggets that you've given me in regards to, if you go on and do what you're supposed to do, then the rest is your time. You can do whatever you want, but take care of this so then you have more mental clarity. Like, you're not looking at all this stuff, and make sure you get the trash out that has health risk. Like, those things are, so yes, I be that anxious mama, but all right, let's go. Even setting a timer, saying, all right, let's knock this
Yep.
out in the next 30 minutes. Everybody
Yep.
go pick a corner and do it. So definitely been using your tools. Like, I'm telling like gyms, like, been
I've been using them
gymming
too.
up.
Yeah, I've been using them too, and it's been a good summer so far. Like I don't come in, and the house don't be a mess. I'm telling you, the kitchen clean, the floors are swept, towels are washed, dry. They in the dryer or something. They finna take them out and fold them up. Something about to happen, but they own it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And they're so sweet. They'll even fold my towels up, and they'll lay me a set of towels on the bed, like
Mhm.
and things ain't gotta be like perfect, perfect, but it need to be put together a certain way. Like we
Yeah.
need to have a standard. Like
Right.
people need to start having like a standard.
For
So
sure.
like you said really high standards. You said really high standards, Bonesha. Like you have just really inspired me to continue and to just pour out because it's crazy. Like you have a vision, you have a dream, and it's on the inside. And then at some point, you working all this time, working real hard, and then you see it manifest on the outside through other people and situations. So, like everything that was on the inside, I see it now because I know it's hard when you're trying to work and you have children and you're trying to be a good person, you're trying to heal yourself, you're trying to be a good daughter, you're trying to do this, you're trying to do that. And if people would just help, like genuinely help. So everything that I do would come from a genuine place of stuff that I say. is with genuine help, because I think that everybody's mental health and emotional health, like it would just be so much better if we would just literally like help each other. So I'm so glad that you were here. I'm so glad you're my client, and even though it's a professional friendship. I love you and love your family, and just thanks for dealing with my business all this time.
Yes.
Did not just, yeah, yeah. So yeah, but that's it. So it wasn't too grueling, it wasn't too bad. Thank you for your time. Thank your family. Tell
Thank
everybody I
you.
said hey. Yes, and to everybody that's watching, thank y'all as well. And I'll see you on the third Tuesday at 8 p.m. Bye.